It's a very exciting day today for the Packard. Why is it exciting? Because we've been working so hard to get this frame clean and ready. Working very hard to get this engine all restored, cleaned and painted up. Same thing with the transmission. And today's finally the day they're going in. So we'll show you how that all started, I guess. Alright, this car is pretty crazy. We're going to show you all these paint markings and all this original stuff that somehow has survived. We're going to point it all out to you so you can see how original this car is. So we'll start with the front suspension. You see these control arms have these green markings. The spindles have got this brush of this cream paint on both sides, top and bottom of the kingpin. You can see some original yellow markings indicating where stuff was run. Cooler lines were run there. Stamping still in the cradle. This is where the power steering lines run. They've marked that with yellow. As well as over here on this far frame rail, you can see another marking, yellow marking. Alright, now we're looking at this engine cradle and front suspension from the back side. You can see some more original green paint markings on the bottoms of these control arms. The other one has the same green marking. And you can just see how clean everything is under here. And it's rust-free metal. Now we're showing you the rear of the vehicle. We're positioned at the front looking back. You can see the nice fuel and brake lines run down the frame rail. You can see the beautiful floor pans with the original paint. Over here you can see the load level system, how nice and clean, rust-free everything is. You can see the load adjustment arms run from the leveler to the torsion system. You pan over, you can see the nice frame rail. So this is where the transmission sits and the transmission cross member. You can also see the transmission tunnel up in here, how nice and clean all that turned out. We're going to show you this passenger frame rail. I just wanted to point out something I thought was pretty neat, and that's this original marking. If I could read it, I would say it says 5/24/55. This bottom line says 228-5. I would assume that's the date and number of this frame. I didn't find any reference to this in the Packard service manual I got. But here it is, just thought I'd point it out. Just neat, old, preserved marking. Okay, now you're going to look at the passenger floorboard. This is right about where your feet would go in the front, going towards the back. You see how nice those floorboards are. The original paint's still there. Original frame, looks nice. And all the way at the back, you can see that torsion system. The torsion bars are going to the rear control arm. You can see the original markings still on those. Here you'll see the passenger torsion bar and the load leveler system coming over to it. You can see how clean that load leveler is and how nice all those arms came out. Me and my dad have now crawled all the way underneath the vehicle, and you can see the inside of the driver's seat channel, and you can see the driver's side load leveler arms going to the driver's side torsion bars. Now you can see we're looking more towards the rear. Alright, this is looking at the rear control arms towards the front of the car. You can see the rear floorboards. These are the floorboards above the mufflers, and they even have little remnants of blue paint, original blue paint from when they painted the car. And also the black that's under here from the factory. All still well preserved. Even the frame rails have nice paint on them still. Now we're underneath the passenger quarter panel. This is the quarter panel extension underneath the trunk floor. We're just looking at how clean all this is. It's incredible. All this factory paint, factory blue paint, all survived. Now you can see up here in this wheel well. All that factory paint all slopped on there, but it's there. Black paint, blue paint. It's all there, it's all original. If you look up on this frame rail, you can even see another factory marking. That's where the exhaust runs through. They must have marked that at some point to show it. Painting across, you can see how nice the rest of that floor is. We'll put the exhaust in there and it'll cover some of it up, so we just wanted to show it now. We're looking up where the gas tank goes. This is underneath the trunk. You're probably wondering yourself, how's it so clean? We're wondering the same thing, but there it is. Inside of that driver wheel well. Alright, this is the driver's side. We're looking at the torsion bars coming through the frame rail here. You can see a nice original marking on there. You can also see, if you look up, nice floorboards, blue and black paint, still survived. You can see these nice fuel lines, brake lines, everything original, everything in great shape. Inside the frame rail, you'll see the load leveler system. They call that the compensator in the service manual, so either one. It's got that electric motor and that gear system. All that's all cleaned up in nice shape. And even a little further in, you can see the inside passenger frame rail. How nice that all cleaned up. Still black paint in there too. Just wanted to show the driver side rear wheel well here, just so you could see how nice all that blue paint still is. Man, I bet that engine hoist is happy. Happy to be rid of that. I'll bet it is. You want to take the stud out of the motor? It should come out. Alright, I'm going to pull this thing out. Let's keep going. It's coming out of it. Okay, stop. Where do you want to go with the front? Towards the car?
Just hold it. I don't want to go down this ramp if we can avoid it, so I want to see, we're already going down the ramp.
Right. Stop. You're going to have to go higher.
Well, let's get it in a little bit.
Well, your flywheel.
All right, okay.
We're going to have to go way higher, huh?
The flywheel has to go over that cross number.
Move that. Yeah.
You're hitting. I'm okay over here. How about you on that side?
It's got to go to passenger side. I don't know what's hitting.
Alright, stop. Let me look on this side. You have 2 inches to the
Come
firewall?
Ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, the holes are pretty well lined up, not perfect. I guess I'd like to see if I could go up any more with this transmission jack. I don't think so.
Why not? That's good. Don't go any harder than that.
On account of you, have to push the torque converter towards the engine, but yeah, they are lined up. They're just not fully.
Okay.
How does that look, Dad?
That looks great.
I think so too. We have the worst trouble putting motors in, you know that?
Mm-hmm.
What does this remind you of?
The Pontiac. Next thing I'm going to suggest is loosen the motor mounts on the motor.